way to kick off the OTX 154-pound tournament. Francisco Vernon off the first blemish on his pro record, an 8-round draw with Jahai Tucker last December on the Ramirez Espinoza undercard. Angel Ruiz, we mentioned, coming off his career best victory over a Louis Collazo. And Vernon really ran into a guy in Jahai Tucker who just did not mesh with him stylistically in that fight. Angel Ruiz, entertainment-wise, he basically meshes with everything.
Absolutely. And that Vernon, you know, that was a I don't know.
And look, is it safe to say that when you think of Argentina, you think of boxing? I mean, we always think Mexico, Puerto Rico, but Argentina has put out great fighters in the last 15, 20 years, and this kid...
Got a right hook there. Saw that right hook from Angel Ruiz already. That's a shot that he loves to throw, kind of leaning back, throwing that right hook. Sometimes, though, does get himself into a little bit of trouble, leaving the chin up in the air as he throws that shot, but contact is not something that Ruiz tends to shy away from.
Right. As a left-handed fighter on the right hand, they're just stepping on each other's feet, but they're feeling each other out. Just Ruiz is letting his hands go down.
But I do like the jab that Vernon is placing, and his distance is pretty good. He's stepping back. Got hit with a shot there, but to that point, his distance was pretty good, not getting hit with shots, knowing when to pull back.
Nice left hand over the top there from Angel Ruiz. I've seen a couple of right hands connect from Francisco Vernon. Both guys doing good work here in the early going. And as promised, these are two volume punchers, very different kinds of volume punchers. I think if Ruiz had his way, he would want to be working on the inside a lot more. Vernon isn't your typical volume puncher. He's not really a tuck behind a high guard, walk you down kind of guy. He typically just has his hands moving at all times, just constant motion, constantly giving you something to worry about.
See, Vernon is stalking pretty well now. I mean, he's sometimes you can put pressure without throwing punches if you know how to move forward and make a guy back up, and that's what Vernon is doing now, just placing a jab.
Yeah, but I think he's already felt the power. Right? See that?
But he's still backing up. He's still not moving forward.
That's what I mean. He felt Vernon's power already. And even that left hook just now that landed kind of moved Ruiz.
It's effective stalking right now. Good left hook by Vernon.
Yeah, nice shot there from Vernon. Ruiz trying to come back with a left hand of his own. He's finding himself with his back on the ropes often, and he eats another left hook there from Vernon. Vernon just punishing Ruiz right now. Final 10 seconds of this round.
He's getting around that right foot, stepping on it, but doing what he's supposed to do against a southpaw.
Excellent opening round for Vernon. We'll see what adjustments Angel Ruiz will make. And with that, let's listen in to Ruiz's corner.
That jab, son. You hear me? I need more on that jab. You hear me? Huh? How you feel? Yeah, you good? All right, you look good. But you got to stay busy. You hear me? I need that double jab, up and down and up. You hear me? And put that straight left hand with it, okay? Put your combinations together, all right? Give me a little head movement, walk him to the right, walk him to the left, okay? Keep moving, all right? Using your legs. Okay, take a deep breath. Good job, okay? Hey, let's pick up on that jab and keep that head movement, all right? Box this guy, all right? Good job. Be focused. Stay focused.
Both these guys are game. This is a good matchup.
Round 2 begins. No panic in the corner of Angel Ruiz thus far. Certainly not unusual to see Ruiz taking some shots, and there we see him firing that left hand over the top to kick off round 2.
Yeah, and Eric Brown, Ruiz is trainer who used to train like Paulie Malignaggi and Kid Charles. You know, he's still he needs him a jab, but he's not just jab, but you got to move your feet. You got to move your feet to just standing in front of Vernon and taking a shot.
Interesting. One of Verona's favorite fighters is Gervonta Davis, who Ruiz more emulates his style with the left hand.
That was a nice shot from Ruiz. Vernon complaining about it potentially being behind the head. Verone now digging downstairs to the body, but he gets countered up top. Big left hook there from Verone.
Verone is dropping his, Ruiz is dropping his right hand often, so that left hook is landing every time.
And a beautiful uppercut as well. Verone with a wide variety of offense thus far.
Good left hook to the body by Verone.
He's going to have to do more than just standing there covering up, because some of those shots are getting through the guards by
He's looking for that left hand over the top. Slipping out of the way, and now again has Ruiz against the ropes. And Ruiz is doing some good work along the ropes, but again, he has to take a lot of punishment to get those shots off.
Yeah, the big shots are coming from Verone. If you look, there's a mouse under the right eye. Yes.
All right, well, Overtime Tom is backstage with a very interested observer of this fight.
Hey, thank you, fellas. I am here with Brandon Adams. Now, you are watching a couple guys. You will fight the winner, but we'll talk about it in a second. You seem so relaxed right now, so easygoing. Is that how you always are before a fight, or you just experience? Where does that come from?
It comes from experience, of course. Just being in the locker room, I want to transfer my energy to everybody. That way they can go give me back that big energy. So, you know, it's crucial. It's very important that you love what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing.
It's awesome. You guys are dancing. It's a good time here now. You're watching a couple fighters. You, assuming you win, you will face the winner here. Do you care which one it is? Do you have any preference? Do you have any predictions?
No, I don't mind. I just need the person in front of me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to be a part of this tournament and win. So it doesn't matter who's in front of me. I appreciate the challenge. I'm going to keep challenging myself and leveling up. And these guys, they bring what they need to bring to the table to match that energy.
That's awesome. Can I get a prediction for your fight tonight?
Brandon the Cannon Adams, looking to his name.
There you go, guys. I can't wait for it. Back to you.
Brandon Adams looking to potentially win another tournament and also auditioning for Lupe Contreras' job.
You know, there's more at stake with this tournament. As we mentioned, with the becoming a mandatory for the WBC silver belt. A lot to look forward to, because obviously that will lead to a world title eventually.
Take a look at some of the action for the previous round. A lot of Francisco Verone highlights from round two.
Absolutely. That left hand right there found a home every time. He got hit in the back of the head right there by Ruiz. But that left hand literally landed almost every time he threw it.
Take a look in Verone's corner right now.
He's breathing kind of hard, you know. I wonder if he can keep up that pace.
Round three underway. Dominant second round there for Francisco Verone, who spent a lot of time sparring Virgil Ortiz over the last year or so. And
Talk
Verone,
about great work.
Well, yeah, and Verone said that he thought that he might have a three-fight contract on the table from Top Rank. He said that didn't materialize, so he's going to do it the hard way. He's going to try and run his way through this bracket and try and kick the door open himself.
Hey, at least he's getting paid every time out, so that don't hurt.
He's doing a good job. I think probably just have him up.
As they should.
And Ruiz is going to have to make some calls. He's going to start with the jab. He starts with the jab.
I mean, he's looking busy in there, but not effective.
Look how more effective he is with the jabs. Well,
nice counter shot there from Verone. That one might have staggered on Ruiz.
Well, you talked about Ruiz's mouse on the bottom of his right eye, but Verone also on his left eye is swollen, almost shut. Not sure if that came from a headbutt or a punch. Might have been one of those right hooks.
Those right hooks, definitely. This is a better round. See, the jab. It's that jab, too. It's a better round.
Good action here.
Now we're getting the fight. Now we are getting the fight.
Was good as things have been looking for Francisco Vernon, that eye is a serious, serious problem.
Yes. And this is a 10-round fight, Corey, so we have some time left. Only in round 3, and that eye is almost closed shut.
You notice how Eric Brown was so calm in the corner. I think he knows because this guy spars with Munguia, and he's tough like Munguia. And as time goes on, Munguia gets stronger, and maybe Ruiz does too.
Well, that, and I think there's an obvious game plan, guys. He is a good shot.
A little showboating.
Yep.
Paid for it with a straight left jab afterwards.
For Ruiz, again, an obvious target now. Just keep jabbing, keep throwing those right hooks. But Francisco Vernon not letting up. The volume continues from the Argentinian Olympian.
You have to do some good work. Hopefully he has a good cut, man. Use the in-swell. Bring that swelling down a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to have quite the assignment here tonight.
No distance. Out of position, trying to throw it left hand.
I think Ruiz was doing well in the beginning of the round. Now he's not letting his hands go as much.
Like I said, Ruiz looks busy at times, but Vernon is the more effective fighter here, stalking him consistently.
Obviously, Ruiz has sneaky power because that eye is closing on Vernon.
If you based it on what these guys look like, I mean, Vernon is the guy you don't want to be.
See? I told you, it's the jab. The jab is probably peppering that eye up.
I still haven't seen an in-swell coming out of ice on that eye. Somebody forgot the in-swell.
There it is.
Okay.
This was a much more competitive round. Ebbs and flows, back and forth. Still, probably Vernon did the most damage, but it seems like Ruiz is landing hard shots as well. That was a good left hook by Vernon. He kind of throws the left hook almost like a jab.
Nanga's team in here as well. Vernon's corner. Nanga's trainer.
Round 4 underway. And even if you thought that Vernon won that round, I think it's obvious, guys, that there are shots from Ruiz that are landing now that weren't landing earlier. Part of it is that Ruiz is just more active with his jab and with that hook, but part of it is that Vernon obviously can't quite see those shots the way that he could in rounds 1 and 2.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I do see Vernon answering back. When Ruiz does land those shots, Vernon answers back right away. So he's not letting him get that much confident.
Vernon almost knocked the WBC patch off Ruiz's shorts.
Mauricio Suleiman would not like that. Who stitched that up?
He's going to come iron it back on for him right now between rounds.
Combination on the inside there from Ruiz. Nice uppercut. Again, the activity of Vernon, it remains his calling card, because even after good shots like that land from Ruiz, Vernon is just busy. He's finishing, he's getting the last word in these exchanges, but Ruiz landed a nice shot there, a 3-punch combination, and another one over the top.
I think maybe Vernon is the busier fighter, but maybe the harder shots it might not look like that, but maybe the harder shots is being landed by Ruiz.
According to that eye, you're right, Barack.
Well, this is a pattern of fight. It's a pattern of a fight that Ruiz is very comfortable with. We saw this against Bobby Mominov, where Mominov is winning rounds, but Ruiz just kept scoring enough knockdowns to win the fight. Yeah, right. So Ruiz relies very much on his power, and he told us coming into this fight, he thought he was going to win by knockout.
Right.
I'll say this. Well, there he goes, Barack. The patch came completely off.
Oh, they got to stop. Oh, got to iron this back on.
Somebody's getting fired at the WBC.
Stop the fight. Iron that back.
And this is a good round for Ruiz. Might be one of his best rounds. We're a little bit past halfway through the round.
Couple nice right hands from Vernon, though.
And here comes Vernon trying to steal the round.
Vernon has to be discouraged right now. He's landing with most shots, and Ruiz just keeps coming with hard shots.
Nice little slide back. I think the conditioning of these two fighters is going to determine who finishes strong, because they're both being really busy now. Vernon is obviously the attacker.
Now 20 seconds of round 4. This fight delivering as advertised as we kick off the OTX 154-pound tournament. Nice left hand, sweeping shot there from Angel Ruiz, and he wipes the table with a nice right hook as well.
Good action here at
Vernon
OTX.
again, what do we say about the last word? Tremendous action there in round 4. All right, let's toss it back over to Overtime Tom, who I understand is monitoring the YouTube chat.
Thank you, fellas. Yes, I am down here. We got a lot going on in this YouTube chat with a great fight. Currently, Francisco Vernon, the audience says 55%. He is going to win. Angel Ruiz only at 45%. We'll see who can come out of it. We'll see who's correct. Then we got a lot of great people in here. Jason Ayala says Ruiz is going to get a knockout. We got Malik Baptiste who's calling it that Ruiz will knock him out in the 5th round. Strike Buddy says blue shorts. We got a lot of different people in here asking about all the different fights. Public Enemy, Ruiz is so strong. Jaden, I like this fight more than any other fight I've ever watched. So we got a lot going on in this YouTube chat. Keep throwing comments. Keep letting us know where you are. YouTube chat, let us know where you're watching from. What city, what country. Comment right now, and we'll check it out. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks so much, Tom. So still almost a 50-50 fight in the eyes of the audience right now. And speaking of eyes, I think the doctor's going to take a look at the left eye of Francisco Vernon.
Yeah, definitely not that bad. Looks bad, but Vernon is ready to fight. There's no way he's going to allow that doctor to stop this fight.
Round 5 underway. A little bit of a different tone in the corner of Angel Ruiz. Eric Brown, very calm earlier, now slapping his fighter in the face.
Well, he sees, look, Veron's eye is shutting. Please, let's put more pressure on that left eye. Keep shooting that jab and that right hook.
Yeah, he also sees what CompuBox sees, that Vernon has thrown probably double the amount of shots as Ruiz.
Which is why I have him ahead in this fight. I'm not officially scoring. Listen, I don't want to be wrong at the end, so I won't score it. Little headbutt there.
I like Vernon's time. Counting the left hook. His, rather the jab.
Good body shot by Ruiz. Straight
Body there from
left hand to
Ruiz.
the body. I think Ruiz needs to do a little bit more head movement himself. But he's landing the big left hand. I don't think Vernon sees it coming.
A lot of these shots Vernon is throwing, he's throwing it while closing that left eye. He's experiencing a lot of pain in that left eye right now.
Well, the eye is closing, but Ruiz is closing the distance as well. And Vernon seems to be okay with it. He's inviting some of this inside work, but this is where Ruiz has done some of the best work we've seen from him in the last little while.
And that's his front eye. Now that's where he's everything. He doesn't see that right jab coming at all.
Well, we do see this pattern, obviously, in fighters who are experiencing some vision loss. If they're struggling with it, if you can get in close, you have a little more feel. You can feel some shots coming that you can't see from long distance.
And I do see a sense of urgency in Vernon's energy right now because of that eye. You know, once the doctor takes a look.
Big shot there from Ruiz. Veron's head snaps back, and he might be in a little bit of trouble.
Oh, Ruiz smells blood. I think Vernon got his composure back. It was a big shot.
I think he ate it well, but was a huge shot. You know, a lot of these rounds, guys, are hard to score right now at this stage in the fight.
I'd say Vernon recovered very well from that shot. He took that left hand. The legs seem to be moving in the wrong direction, but he's gathered himself, and he is back throwing in the center of the ring.
Yeah.
And I don't really think it's hard to score. I mean, you see who's landing more shots. But then again, who's landing the hard?
But Ruiz is landing big left hands. He landed a few downstairs and upstairs in this round.
There again, again, you see a little bit of stutter step there from Vernon, and to correct myself from earlier, I think that Veron's having some footwork issues maybe with some of the emblems here in the ring or with his stance.
Yeah. I think,
nonetheless, big shots from Ruiz landing in this round.
yeah, Ruiz is getting into rhythms and pockets, but then Vernon is stopping that because he's answering back right away, so he's not letting him get in a real rhythm. There goes that left hand.
Oh, beautiful left. Beautiful left by Ruiz.
Definitely stunned for a quick second. Ooh.
That left hook momentarily hurt Vernon, but he got his composure pretty quick.
You can't do it with one punch. You ain't gonna get it done with one punch. I need combination punches. When you get inside, you start going underneath, coming back over the top. Back him up. Angel, do you want this fight? Yes, sir. All right, damn it, then do your job.
4 more rounds.
Hey, you keep the pressure on this guy. You keep throwing punches. You keep putting the pressure on this guy. You're gonna stop it. You're gonna stop it, but you gotta work.
I wonder if compy boxers count every ground shots. That's 2 right there. I count 2. 2 slaps.
Angel Ruiz not flashing tremendous defense in the corner there. Eating those right hooks. Here we go to round 6.
It's funny, Ruiz is moving forward now. Remember how the fight started.
Brown told him to back him up.
Ruiz, again, just one of those fighters who's very, very confident in his power. And he can be patient in those early rounds. We saw that in the early going. For the last 2 rounds or so, you're seeing Ruiz taking strides to get to the inside a little bit more often.
And his eye hasn't become a problem. That mouse is it's non-existent right now.
I think Ruiz has to be careful reaching with that wild left hook. Like that. And then lifting up his back leg.
Shots to the body there from Angel Ruiz. Just a straight left hand right along the belt line of Francisco Vernon.
Is it me or Vernon not throwing as many punches?
No, he's certainly not. Vernon kind of focusing defensively right now, backing up. Wonder if he's just being a little bit more judicious with his output, or is he actually struggling with vision? Is he starting to tire?
I think Ruiz is starting to close the gap. You know, we're halfway through the fight. With 5 rounds, I still have Vernon ahead. But Ruiz is closing that gap for sure. And here comes Vernon again.
Quick combination on the inside there, that left hook. 5th punch of that combination, that one landed. Vernon perhaps tapping into those energy reserves right now here in the 6th round. Again, this is a 10-round fight.
The perfect example of 2 guys, neither guy want to lose.
Everybody else in this tournament looking at these guys, no matter who wins, I'm in for a war.
Great matchup by the OTX fam here for this tournament.
Yeah, excellent matchmaking. I mean, this is an undefeated Olympian who doesn't have to enter tournaments like this against a guy in Angel Ruiz who needs opportunities like this if he does want to kind of break out of the area that he's been placed in the boxing industry as kind of a high-level guy you'd bring in to test potentially a contender. He has a chance to become a contender if he can win this tournament.
Absolutely. He doesn't want to be stuck as a good sparring partner and making his money there. He wants to go on and win world titles.
Final moments here of round 6. The pace slowing down only slightly. Terrific action between Vernon and Ruiz.
Boxing is beautiful, but at the same time it's difficult, because we're coming from nothing, and that's why we're fighting, because we want to be in the top levels and we want to support our family. You gotta be hungry if you want to do it. So I respect all the fighters. That's why I respect every single boxer.
Stay with him. Don't wait. Stay off the rope. Stay off the rope. Stay out of corner. Do not let him push you back to the rope. Do not let him push you back to the ropes. You hear? Okay, let's go, baby. Come on.
I think they're doing a good job on that eye of Ruiz.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. You know, compared to how it looked earlier in the fight, I mean, that is masterful and swell work.
Yeah, no, the problem is that once he gets back into action and it gets touched, it swells up. Right?
As long as you leave the corner, they're looking good.
Pretty close now, guys.
No, he's closing.
And actually, his right eye is getting a little swollen. He's getting touched, but his energy in there doesn't show that.
Ruiz's face looks a little fresh.
Yes. He's like his mouse went away.
Literally, he comes from the school of Bungie.
Good body attack.
Nice counter shot to the body there from Ruiz as well, but Vernon comes right back with 2 left hooks to the body. Boy, Angel Ruiz has been talking about as much as we have during this fight as well. He's been very vocal in trash-talking Bebu Vernon throughout this fight.
That does you no good in there. You have to do your talking with your fist. Good body, left hand downstairs and upstairs by Ruiz. I like that counter.
Now Ruiz is backing Vernon up because that's when he does better. Like that's when he does better. When he's backing Vernon up. But the first half of this round, Vernon was backing up.
The gap in terms of activity closing right now, according to CompuBox, as of this second, Francisco Vernon outthrowing Angel Ruiz 418 to 343. The landed totals right now 144 to 98 in favor of Francisco Vernon.
Yeah, as we all been mentioning, the busier fighter tonight.
That's why I say I don't think it's hard to score these rounds, but I just think that Angel, like Corey said, is relying on his power and thinking, you know what, eventually I'm going to hurt Vernon and I'm going to get him out of here. But that might not happen.
Yeah. I mean, he's gotten hit with some big shots and hasn't been hurt, so that might not be a good strategy for Ruiz.
Yeah, you saw the replay a moment ago. Some of those uppercuts starting to land for Ruiz, and he's looking for that shot again.
You know what I think of Ruiz? Even though he might be a naturally hard puncher, his feet is never really under him. And he doesn't really punch with great balance, you know? So maybe if his feet was under him, he'd punch a big shot.
Hand over the top from Vernon, but back comes Ruiz again talking to Vernon. He says, here, I've got one for you as well.
I mean, he's scoring big shots at moments in pockets, but Vernon is not letting them get into a rhythm. He's stopping them. Every 30 seconds, he's coming back.
Final 10 seconds of round 7.
This is a
tough physical fight here in the first round of the OTX 154-pound tournament.
We have a tournament on our hands, for sure.
I think the fans are going to start calling this the Super 8.
Well, there you see the tournament bracket. Of course, is the first round. Ruiz and Vernon. Coming up next, Brandon Adams, Ishmael Villarreal. The other first-round contest here tonight, and then on Friday, May 31st, we'll see Andreas Katsarakis, Attilo Abdudakarov, and Vlad Hernandez and Robert Terry. Katsarakis, Abdudakarov fight in particular, that could be an absolute war.
I imagine a finals is going to have some sort of bonus attached to it.
Yeah, they got to come in with 2 bags.
They are doing a good job on the eye, though.
Round 8 underway. Francisco Vernon and Angel Ruiz kicking off. Tournament action here tonight in Atlanta. And Ruiz's corner again, just begging him to not back up to the ropes. And Ruiz trying to stand his ground, but again, this is just what Vernon does, that activity. And again, he's not your conventional pressure fighter. He's not tucking behind a guard, and he's not one of those zombie pressure fighters necessarily. It's just constant action from Vernon. And again, Ruiz finds himself in a bad spot.
I'll say this, though, even in the loss, Ruiz is showing that he's still forced to be reckoned with in there, and he'll get opportunities.
Well, you just wrote the man off already.
Hard right hand over the top.
He's
from
still in
Vernon.
this.
Got 3 rounds left, fellas. Vernon is not letting up.
Oh, Vernon has landed 3 hard flush shots in a row. That drive-by right hand, maybe the best of them. Very different upbringings in the sport for these two men. Vernon, we mentioned his Olympic pedigree. Angel Ruiz, a guy who's basically learned in the gym. He sparred everyone from Manny Pacquiao to David Benavidez to Jaime Munguia to Ryan Garcia. Angel Ruiz, maybe we should hire him as a DAZN correspondent. He seems to know everything about the upcoming DAZN schedule.
Yeah. Well, he can take your job, not mine. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not volunteering that, sir. I've got a mortgage.
Yeah, let him do the packets.
No, but you can tell, you know, the technical. Oh, good left by Ruiz. But you can tell who's the more technical fighter, and that's Vernon. You know,
The perfect 1-2. They're both answering back every time.
this is great.
CompuBox is telling the story, though. As
Oh, good combination of Vernon. I mean, that eye is shut, but look, he's landing these shots. That was a great one, too.
These shots from Vernon are landing with more authority and cleaner than they have been in quite some time. The hands of Ruiz are basically at his side as he just absorbs these shots.
Oh, the momentum is definitely with Vernon right now, and he's being a little bit more conscious about defense as well. He's slipping shots.
And actually, you know, you guys might be right. Like, the eye is getting better.
I told you. Once in a while, he closes it, but that eye is open. He feels that pain, but it's open.
Now 10 seconds of round 8. This has been an excellent round for Bebu Vernon. He looks to advance to the semifinals.
Vernon really shows some skill in that round.
Ruiz is falling short. He's not doing enough. He's landing big shots, but then he's letting Vernon come back with flurries.
That was 4 slaps in a row right now with Eric Brown.
That's Allah Felix Trinidad Senior.
Estos 2 últimos más o menos lo manejaste, pero necesitamos más y no podemos perder un round, uno, si querés ganar la pelea. Tenés que meterle por donde sea. Pero no te mates todo en una mano sola. No te mates todo en una mano sola, sí. Dale, decirle más, gritale. Por favor, tirale. Ya. Eso. Suelto, derecha, izquierda. Cruzá, vamos. Date.
Trainer is telling him that you have to throw everywhere, hit him from every angle, up, on the gloves, on the elbows, constant pressure, and also the cross.
A little bit of housekeeping to be done in the corner of Francisco Vernon. And round 9 now underway. According to CompuBox, Francisco Vernon to this point has landed 187 punches. Angel Ruiz 123. That's not a bad total either. Those are numbers that indicate a high contact physical fight that we have right before our eyes.
Yeah. And also, a lot of times, credit to the referee. When you don't see a ref much in a fight, he's doing a good job.
But that's the fighters, because they're not holding. They're clinching.
I mean, there's been some clinching, but he's allowing them to fight out of the clinch, which a lot of refs don't do, so credit to him.
Good point. I don't really remember them holding, actually.
No, not much, though. Short, quick second clinches. These guys want to fight. They want to let their hands go.
Oh, nice right hand again there from Vernon.
great conditioning from both guys.
Ruiz just not able to do a whole lot about that right hand. And if you're an orthodox fighter fighting a southpaw, I mean, this is the game plan. This is plan A, and if it works, just keep throwing that right hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, big shot there from Ruiz.
Every now and then he lands that huge left hand, but not much after.
Right when I'm about to say he's not doing enough. I think Eric Brown slapped him 4 times to kind of jumpstart him, like, get that fire back.
Yeah, but he's not throwing enough of those left hands. There it goes. And here comes Vernon right back. 1-2's been working all night for him.
Trading jabs in the center of the ring there. We approach the final minute of round 9.
Good inside work. Is it safe to say that Vernon is a bit faster? I would say so.
I think he's faster, he's more precise.
More compact with those shots.
Maybe even more conditioned.
Yeah, and you're right, Barack. I mean, when he's landing those big left hands, he's not sitting on those punches. He's not under himself.
And that's Ruiz. No, he's
Right,
not.
Ruiz, yes. Almost off balance at times.
Yep.
He's a bit low right on the belt.
For every punch Ruiz lands, Vernon lands maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4.
Final 15 seconds of this round. Again, nice shot from Ruiz.
He's not coming back with the right hook.
And Angel Ruiz may have 1 round to pull victory from the jaws of defeat.
My family, my coaches push me to go forward. I want to push myself, and I want to go for everything. Or he knocked me out, or I do knock him out. That's it. I want to keep throwing punches and doing my best, like I always do.
Bueno, si llegamos al último round, y ahí se va a demostrar quién tiene más corazón. No, y lo que más me lleva es más que nada el esfuerzo que vengo metiendo, de que tuve mucho sacrificio por detrás, la gente que me apoya, mi novia, mi papá, mi familia y todo el argentino encima.
And his family is the scientist that you mentioned?
That would be Eduardo Francisco.
Okay. One of he's watching
Social
tonight.
scientist, yes. Well, I don't know that a social scientist would endorse this kind of combat, as these guys have absolutely been going at it. Francisco Vernon has landed 40% of his power shots. Angel Ruiz has landed 35% of his power shots to this moment, according to CompuBox.
Speaking of power shots, I think one of them smacked sweating my drink over here.
Hard shot over the top there from Vernon. This is the money round, as you just saw up on your screen. A knockout in this round will produce a KO bonus, an extra KO bonus.
Hey, if I predict a knockout, should I get a bonus, Corey?
You know, I don't think we'll see a knockout. I think these guys have already proven they got good beards. And Ruiz turned it up for this round. Might be a bit too late, but he turned it up.
A little too late, a little too late. I think Vernon knows he has the fight won, but he's of the pedigree where he's still going to finish strong and very aggressive.
I mean, when you watch the action and you compare it to the data we have from CompuBox, I mean, this has basically been one of those you go and I go type fights, with Vernon just slipping more shots than Ruiz does. I mean, they're both landing at a really high clip, probably a higher clip than Vernon would want, but he's doing just a little bit more, and he's a little bit busier, as we've been talking about.
Look, overall, he's the better fighter, and we're seeing that today. Credit to Ruiz, though. He's game, but just has not done enough to pull this one off. You can't be the guy like Vernon throwing one punch at a time. You have to be busy.
Ruiz might need something big here in the final minute of this contest.
You can say, Corey, he needs a knockout to win.
Well, listen, you never know what's going on the judge's scorecard, so I'm going to hedge my bets here. But I think that is the case.
I'm jumping in the ring. Ruiz wins. Good counter by Vernon.
Terrific shot there from Vernon.
Both guys have shown great beards, even though neither one have one.
Right hand on the pivot there from Vernon, and that one rocks on Ruiz back. Final 20 seconds of this contest. Who will move on to face the winner of Brandon Adams and Ishmael Villarreal?
Can Ruiz score a knockout in the last 10 seconds? It's not going to happen.
Crowd coming alive here in Atlanta. Terrific fight to kick off this tournament. Boy, if that's the kind of fight you can expect from this tournament, you do not want to miss any of these fights.
We knew this was going to be a war, and they didn't disappoint.
Once again, there is the potential of an overtime round. There is the potential of an overtime round.
I'll tell you what, Adams or Villarreal have their hands full with. I assume that Vernon is going to get the victory here tonight. They have their hands full with him.
Let's take a quick look at the overtime rules. Once again, as we mentioned, if the scorecards are even, if a winner can't be decided, we will go into an overtime round. We have seen one of those in overtime history. We've been talking about those knockout bonuses. None will be distributed in this fight, but we've seen two big bags of cash already handed out to Nathan Lugo and David Lopez earlier on here tonight. And guys, after talking about the swelling underneath Verron's eye all night, Angel Ruiz is going to have quite the shiner to deal with after this one.
Yeah, he was hit with a lot of left hooks. You know, a lot of counter left hooks.
You didn't do it.
All right, looks like the decision is in. Let's send it back up to Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, after going all 10 action-packed rounds inside the OTX ring, we go to the scorecards. Judge Williams scores about 99 to 91. Judge Cronin, 100 to 90. And Judge Skander scores about 96 to 94. In favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. And now, moving on in the OTX Super Welterweight Tournament. From Argentina, Francisco Vernon.
As predicted.
So Francisco Vernon moves on to the semifinals. The scores 99-91 and 100-90, and then 96-94. And guys, we talked about how you could be viewing this fight. I think that we saw this as Vernon controlling the action most of the time. But again, Ruiz was landing enough of those eye-catching shots that I get you can see how the judge arrives at 96-94, even if you don't agree with it.
No, I don't see
I understand his thinking. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you, Corey, on that. But again, these fighters are in these fights to win fights. Like, you're not here just to do enough to stay in the fight. He didn't do enough to win, and the right man got the victory.
I'm sorry, 96-94 means one more round and you got to draw. Come on, did we see that?
Maybe